So this time, believe it or not, we are gonna have a more positive or mildly optimistic take and rant. So I always encourage people when I talk to them to widen their historical knowledge. Because I think historical education is one of the few things that can actually fundamentally change your political consciousness and awareness and make you take action. And there's many reasons I think that is so important. For one, it always gives you a sense of orientation and perspective, because you as a small individual who's living through very complicated times where titanic huge events out of the bounds of your control happen, you feel powerless and small and insignificant. But once you get a perspective, basically like an eagle's eye perspective, you can put things into the proper order and perspective, and don't overestimate the power of the people in power or the powerful, and not underestimate your power. Because anything starts in the imagination at some point, and if you can imagine and envision how things might change through enriching your imagination with historical understanding and education, then you can start taking action, because you know at least vaguely how it might be possible and how things might change, and that things always change and things are always unpredictable, and nobody, not even the most powerful empires in the world, can avoid collapse or just slow decay. So that's what I want to talk about today, especially in this most horrific phase of the struggle for liberation in Palestine. Because having an actual historical perspective can give you a sense of hope and optimism that being stuck in the present with all the horrific everyday suffering that is going on, the destruction, the genocide, all of the videos, can make you lose perspective. It can make, of course, feel hopeless. That's why it's very important sometimes to detach yourself from the present and look at things from a wider lens. And I don't mean to dehumanize or strip what's happening of its emotional intensity. I just mean don't lose yourself in this quagmire. And a concrete example of that would be many other examples in the past where there was an extremely asymmetrical war and struggle, and the weaker and the objectively weaker party won. And this is because asymmetry, which means like if one side has an actual regular army and more resources and a state, and does not mean automatically that the more powerful will win. It just means that they have different strengths and different resources and kinds of strategic advantages they can draw on. And once you start looking at this from this